every beginning of every match day at the Euros, all I'm hearing is, what is Gareth doing? Why would you play my man?
I feel like, and I don't know what the percentage is. I'm still trying to work out what the percentage is, yeah? I feel like there was a percentage of this penalty set out being political.
I can't see pictures of the England team. And he's
there.
always by himself. That is the captain. They look like they're talking about him.
There was a general consensus amongst a bunch of people, especially black people, that were like, regardless of what happened, Sterling just scored a penalty. For a 2-minute drive! Are you crazy?
Nah, that's bad.
16!
I got charged 30 to go home.
I'm all for capitalism, yeah, but you lot are taking that absolute piss. 16 buff!
I'd prefer to get robbed. You know, like when you just get robbed on road? I'd prefer someone to just take my wallet.
to just pay the 60.
How do you get away with this?
Fair.
How do they get away with it? How do they get away with it? How do they get away with
What's the reason for
it?
these price surges? It can't be weather.
I paid
It has to, bro.
I paid £80 to get home from Wembley yesterday. It's normally like
£80, bro.
It's normally like
You should have gone on holiday. You should have went airport.
Can I just say, Uber recently has been terrible. Like, the wait times even to get an Uber has been mad. The price is crazy for like a few weeks now.
16 buff!
For anyone watching this year, Ladbroke Grove Station is about 2 minutes up the road.
16
That should
buff.
be like
So to get charged
the minimum
£16.
of £5.
Where's £16 getting you from here, like on a normal?
On a normal, that would take me to
Past Central.
Yeah,
Past
Central.
Central.
That would take me to Greenford.
Holborn or something.
No,
take you home.
it would take me it could take me to Uxbridge.
Uxbridge?
It could probably take me to Uxbridge.
It
It could. 16 buff.
Sorry,
I've actually never seen your
Because
eyes
there's a little bit of rain. Now, obviously, it's more than a little bit of rain. But what? The rain now. And how does this work? Does someone sit behind a fucking desk and say, oh, it's raining now. We can see extra, like, yo, there's extra activity. This has got to stop. Someone has to be punched up for this. That's how I'm feeling. I got my laptop in my bag.
No, I've got
as a reason.
I've got imagery.
Up the price, like what?
The weather.
Your car's getting washed, my guy.
The weather.
I'm getting imagery of this guy sitting behind a desk, looking at the rain, going, "Let's see how much these men want this Uber."
Yeah.
16 buff just for up the road.
Yeah, it's deep, Chucks.
Absolutely outrageous.
I'm on Bolt, and I don't think Bolt would have done that to you.
I had to Bolt here because the Uber was going to take. I had to wait 15 minutes for an Uber, so I got a Bolt.
You should have more than one.
Uber has to be stopped.
Everyone out there, you should have more than one cab.
Uber has to be stopped.
What's that advice? You know that
Nah, trust me, you could be stranded. You need more than one. Ola, all of those.
Ola.
If you use these cab apps for the first time, you get discounts. So rinse all the new cab apps.
Bro, Uber has to be stopped. I think, you know what it is? They're cocky. They think, because we was here
They're elite. They're like super elite.
Yeah, exactly. You just some Johnny Big Potatoes vibe and that. Fuck them, man. Fuck all of them.
Yeah.
Fuck, not all of them. Is Bolt alright?
Bolt's
sick. Bolt has its moments.
Do you know who Bolt is? It's when they're Ubers, but they'll finish their Uber job
and then go and
straight
do.
to Bolt.
Oh, okay. So their prices
It's
are
just
a little
how
bit
it's
more.
both run. So
And then what's the
Uber's
other
just
one?
run. Huh?
What's the other one?
Ola.
Areola.
You have to be deep in
How is it
the
Areola?
Huh?
Stop thinking about breasts.
What is it?
With your
What
wet
did you say?
beard.
It's what?
Ola.
Ola. No, I saw what they did there.
Bruv, it means hello in Spanish, my guy.
Huh?
It means hello like cat taxi.
Oh, is it a Spanish thing?
Hola.
What did you think they
Hello.
did?
I don't know.
Wait, you said I see what they did there.
Maybe like, I don't know, one of them guys from Vixen wanted to start a taxi company. And then, you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, bro.
I hear you though.
Chuckie, your leg hair
Bro.
is wet.
Bro, look at this. I'm dripping, bro.
But when you walked in, I've not seen that was actual drip.
Bro, I've never been this wet before in my life.
This took you.
And I've had some occasions.
I think this explains our last. I think the weather has explained our last 12 hours.
Mate,
Right.
mate.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
let's
the
go. Let's
cherry
just do
on the
that.
top, innit?
Mate.
Let's do that. Let's just go straight in. Yeah. You know what? You two are more football guys than I am. Yeah. But what I will say is, at the beginning, so a lot of what I said, I did a pod with Dan and whatnot, and a lot of what I said still remains. There was only one thing that changed, but I was in a situation where, for me, I was like, I really want England to win. Mm-hmm. I really want them to win, but I'd be lying if I said I cared if they lost. I'd be lying if I said I did. And I think the reason why I wanted them to win is because maybe my connection to the players more so this time. I had a stronger one.
I won't lie to you. I support England FC.
Right.
That's where my support lies. I support those 11 players that were on that pitch. The
Right.
whole 24-man squad, I supported them. That's what made me proud to wear the shirt. Because I felt like I was supporting those guys on the pitch.
Saka,
It weren't making me represent the country.
Right,
This country's full of fuckery, bro. So, but the fact that they represented the country, I got to support them. I felt like I was cheering just those boys on.
Bang.
And that's it. And that's all I wanted. And if they brought the win home, I would have been excited. Not for the country though. Just
for
for them.
Boys on the pitch,
And
bro.
also, I think the shared excitement amongst people who felt the same way as you.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's it.
we are celebrating together, not as a country, but because of our mindset
That's
in
it.
how we feel about the players.
Yes.
Yeah,
Literally that.
So that's exactly where I was at with it, bro. I was like exactly on that thing, whatnot, and we'll dissect more from the beginning in a bit, yeah. But what ended up happening was, I think if Italy would have just won, say they scored like 2 goals in the halftime or whatever, then it would have been like, okay, it's a bit mad, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
They gave us bits of like hope.
Bro,
I think 3 times in that match I got hope. Like I saw our England in lights. Like I was about to head to Wembley.
Yes.
And knock on Miles's door.
yeah.
Come outside and raving, bro.
At a football game, I've been to a lot of football games. When Luke Shaw hit that ball, I don't remember the first bit where
Yeah, the first half went nuts for me, though.
from my chair to on the stairs in Wembley,
Yeah.
I don't remember how I got there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
mad.
mad.
Oh
It
my
was-
god, yeah, that's
It,
mad.
it was just the maddest moment of my life. Like, no,
Alright, wait, let me stop you because this is what I should have done first. Where did you watch the game?
I watched it here in our projector.
Okay, in the
office,
building,
Yeah,
yeah.
upstairs.
And you watched it.
at the game.
Do you two know each other, by the way?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were on
we
the
were.
last thing.
Okay, yeah.
We've been
right.
on a couple and we see each
Good,
other at the show.
good.
My guy, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
We support the same club.
You know.
So you was at the game.
Yeah, I was at the
He
game.
was there.
Did you
yeah.
do one of them and have one of them finesse things?
No, this one was straight up.
Well, man, they're finessing.
He's great at it. He gets into games somehow.
Serious?
Yeah, he gets into games somehow. But we won't do that.
Yeah.
You can make a YouTube out of it, but we
yeah.
won't do it. Yeah, we won't do that. But you got in.
Yeah, I
Properly.
bought tickets on the UEFA app. Yeah.
Oh, you got them on the app, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you spend the big...
No,
the-
face value. Face value.
Serious?
Face value.
Money.
£800 face value.
Oh, is it, yeah?
Yeah. There was man paying 6 bags, 7 bags for a ticket.
Yeah, but 8 bills is still mad.
No, but alright, but let's say you've
I hate you for
copped
it,
the
yeah,
ticket
for
for
a
8
night,
bills,
yeah.
let's say, yeah. And then 2 days later,
bills
that
is
same
mad.
ticket is now, if you want to go, you got to cop up 5 bags.
Yeah.
You're feeling pretty smart.
Do you know what the thing is, though, Skits, as well, yeah? Is that 8 bills, even to... I'm not spending 8 bills
that's
to
a
go.
madness.
But what I do hear is, though, is it probably feels like a madness at the time. Imagine if England wins, you don't think about the 8 bills anymore. That's not part of the thing.
The best
What-
8 bills you've ever spent.
It's the best 8 bills you've ever spent, but
Yeah.
in years to come, you only look at the memory. You
Yeah,
don't
but
look at the 8
as soon
bills.
as I
You don't even
arrived-
miss it.
As soon as I arrived at Wembley Stadium, the 8 bills was made
No,
up.
but can I tell you
It was
something?
romantic. It was honestly...
You see when you lose and you spend that much, reality will hit you so fast.
Now, if I spent 10 bags, if I spent something like that, where I've gone, I have spent money that will alter my life
8
considerably.
bills has changed to you then, the way you're
No,
acting.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. But all I'm saying is, for people that are in full-time employment more often than not, if you just don't go out to dinner a couple of times,
Yeah, you're right.
when payday comes,
If you
We're
just don't
back
go
on.
to
You're right,
dinner
you're
a
right,
couple
you're
of
right, you're right.
times.
No,
What is
listen,
this? Hack us out.
no, you know what I mean? No, I'm paraphrasing.
I hear
if,
that
you,
still.
if you don't be frivolous with your money here and there,
Yeah.
You can actually save for
just
a
stay in the
family,
yard
yeah,
for
yeah.
like a couple of days and that.
All right.
And
How,
then,
how
yeah.
did you, like, at the beginning of the tournament, yeah, how was you feeling about it?
I was feeling confident.
I was 70-30.
In which, where?
The 70 to England to bring it home because of the...
At the beginning of the tournament?
At the beginning of the tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. They're young players, bro. We
Yeah.
watched these man
Yeah.
ball out in the Prem. Ball out.
You've never been as excited about a team,
I'm
yeah?
excited. I was excited for this team.
Ballers.
But I just know that we just needed... There was one hurdle that they had to pass was... That group of death needed to disintegrate. before we met
Yeah,
them,
they all
bro.
needed to beat each other up.
Before
and
we
just
met
do-
them,
yeah,
they
yeah,
needed
'cause
to
that-
kill each other off.
Yeah. Because obviously...
And
But we
that's-
ended up
and
beating
as it went
Germany.
on, and as they started dying in that group of death, my hopes kept going up. It went from 40% to 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90. And then we got Denmark, and I said, we're bringing it. I was so confident.
It's because, you know, as when the tournament starts, you never really know if the expectation is going to match when things start happening. Is it going to go the way you want? But when we got out of the group stages and you start seeing what your run is going to be like to the final, and you start realizing
how realistic.
Yeah, you start realizing we've got Germany now. If we get past them,
that's when the Germany match, I said we get through them, it is game over. I just saw the run that we could. I saw us in the final after Germany.
Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, this is the thing for me, right? See, like as England, like as the tournament was progressing and that, I know that you could look at certain teams and say, you know what? Yeah, we got a really good chance here. But at the same time, I still think that they were there for a reason, and also destiny could also be in their favor too. Do you get what I'm saying? And also, like, Denmark was all right. I mean, they was playing.
What you just said there tells me that you know ball. Because when people look at Denmark and they go, we're going to run them over, there is a reason they are your
There's a reason why they're there.
There are a reason. And for
I didn't even know they won it in the early 90s, I think.
And they failed to qualify for that tournament, and they only came in because another team got banned from the tournament.
And they won it.
So then Denmark entered and ended up winning the tournament.
Well, this is the other interesting thing is as well, is that sometimes, and I think we do this like in bare different sports and that as well, is that like we look, or people look at the country, and look at how they've performed in the past and judge it just off that.
Sure.
So because Denmark doesn't have the Brazil vibe,
the pedigree,
you think, oh, what? These men are in there, kick them out. This man. So in my mind, I'm like, if England beats them, like, that's a great achievement at the same time too. Absolutely. I'm not even just taking it from a thing of, oh, it's only Ukraine, or it's only
expectations. Because we see household names in England.
Yes, exactly.
You look at the Denmark team, and you're like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, we should run them over. Because
and if you're
don't
trendy,
know who they are.
Yeah, if you're trendy like that, you're like, oh yeah, Damsgaard plays it, he's a baller. But listen, how many times have we done that and still 2010 World Cup drawing 1-1 with Algeria?
But this is it.
Like Iceland, 2016 in the Euros, Iceland. We've been, so that's why when people say to me we had an easy run, I was like, describe what an easy run is, because as an England fan, no matter who we face, we seem to not get very far. So for us to pepper Ukraine, for us to beat Germany, that was sweet. For us to come from behind to beat Denmark in the semi-final,
I thought it was destiny, man. 55 years, bro.
I know, and at Wembley Stadium as well.
At Wembley,
home advantage
at
bro.
Wembley.
I was like, there's not going to be a better. Like, the romance was all there. The romance was there.
Bro, it was there. We were behind the team.
What?
Man. The team were behind each other.
Bro, I said, okay, so I watched it at I watched it at a brunch, which originally I didn't want to do, but I was DJing at Slick had a brunch in Ilford, and I can't lie, it was sick in there. The vibe in there was good, whatever. It was it was a whole. I love that. I love all of it. Do you know why I love that? Do you know why I love that? Because I love love. I'm telling you. Fair. So anyway, now boom. I'm like at this brunch now, whatever. They're working out. Are we gonna play music while the football's on or whatever? At first they was running a bit of tunes, but then it was like, nah, we need to watch football. We need to watch, especially when Shaw scored.
What did you lot?
So the music was on.
Music?
So at first the music was still on. When Shaw scored,
that's
no. As soon as he scored, everything stopped, and then they turned the thing on.
And then it went
so it was it. Yeah. Everyone was in. Everyone was going mad. Yeah. So then fucking that carried on all the way up until them man scored.
Back to the tunes.
Tell me now, half time it was a party.
Yeah, it was a party.
It was like a party. We were 45 minutes away.
Bro, even in the stadium it was like, honestly, I have never seen this in my life. I don't know could you feel the atmosphere when you're watching the TV?
It was loud.
It looked like there was a million stag dudes.
It was honestly
100%.
That's a great one.
There was one Don with a drum, and normally we sing songs and we don't sing songs. This guy was going dum dum. Everyone was just clapping, not singing anything for about 20 minutes non-stop.
Serious?
And I was like, where am I, bruv? I was like, is man in Argentina or something? Because
nuts.
I don't really know this. The atmosphere.
You usually hear them type
insane.
of things like Croatia.
Do you know what I mean? Like them big, and then when they played Free from Desire,
they're not big like that. But
that's what tournaments are meant to do. They're meant to bring the most amount of atmosphere. Like, you're meant to just bring the stadium to life.
But the irony in that is, like, you know, you mentioned Argentina and like all of these other places that are known for having a certain type of atmosphere. An element of that is what do they call it? what is it when you are passionate about the country again? What is
Patriotic.
Patriotic.
Yeah, patriotic. Yeah. So there's a big element of that in there, which is why that happens. Now, in the stadium, would you say that it was replicated the same type of way, or was it just a thing?
I think so. The key difference, for me with Argentina and England is in England, no matter how passionate we get about football, I think there's more of a passion for wanting to get fucked up. Like the sesh is always bigger than the outcome. Yeah. Whereas in Argentina, I feel like if they said tomorrow we ban all alcohol, you still go to the game, it will still be the hypest atmosphere because like, it's more religious to them. If you guys think that them having murals of Maradona on the wall dressed as a patron saint is ironic, it's not ironic. They genuinely feel like Maradona is a holy figure.
Right.
So in England we don't really have that. Where it's more
Didn't
about.
we invent it over here? Well, not we have, but
what's that?
Yeah, football's our thing.
Yeah.
Football's our
and
thing.
South Americans, it's religion. When you're born as a boy, you get given a football. Take it everywhere with you.
Yeah,
swimming, class, everywhere. You take
Maybe England don't know what to do with when it comes to like developing culture.
Yeah, well, you know that. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do you think there's too much culture though?
What here?
What?
Yeah,
Not
there's a lot of culture.
There's a lot of culture from all over the place.
Our culture.
All these different. There's all different.
Yeah,
there's all different pockets of like culture and stuff like that. But maybe over here they're just not good at doing that, which obviously will probably lead. It's just going to lead to the next part of the conversation. But anyway, how did you feel about the game?
Oh man, I did feel the better team won. I felt like they are the better team of the whole tournament. If you see their stats, they scored the most goals throughout the whole tournament. They got a banging manager, Mancini. They got good players, bro. But with the match, England just looked like they scored and just tried to hold off the wave that was coming in. They looked like 300 Spartans, and then Xerxes and his army was just pelting them with arrows and that. There was so much pressure from the Italians to keep to keeping the ball, to trying to create chances. Mount on the left, for me, was uneasy, man. I felt like he should have come off earlier and Grealish should have come on around 7th minute. But as a whole, the Italians were pressuring us. That Chiesa guy, he just kept running sideways just to get a shot on an angle. But Pickford, for me, man of the match.
And I swear, isn't he right-footed? But he's right-footed, but I swear he had a
bro. He was
couple
just going brazy with
it.
He didn't matter. He looked like he had the most heart in the Italian team, and then they took him off. But for me, Pickford. I feel so sorry for him.
Honourable shout out to Pickford. He did his thing. He did his job.
And I think usually people kill him, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because
they do.
the game before, the game before was a tad techie.
Yeah,
it was a tad techie. It was a little. He seemed. I don't know what was going on.
His kicks just weren't coming off.
Yeah.
But still, when you talk about in tournaments, what you need mentality monsters. Yeah. So Chiellini is 38 years old. He should not be performing at the level that he performs at for Italy. He is old. Like, even if he's not old. No, bro,
it's not aging, man. He's man are born winners.
But what I'm saying is he's a mentality monster.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, what, knees? What, you're not trying to work with me? It doesn't matter, because I'm going with or without you. So you might as well come with me.
Yeah,
you know?
You might as well just
and Pickford showed he's a mentality monster. With the game on the line, when Jorginho steps up, you're pretty much saying Jorginho is going to score. Did
you see what he said before Jorginho to the pick and the camera zoomed in on him? Yeah. He saw Jorginho walking up. He went, no problem. He was talking to himself. He was like, no problem. Looking at the crowd, no problem. And then he went on and saved it.
Do you know what? To save Jorginho's penalty,
it was
when he did that, I grabbed my mate Scott. We hugged as if I just had a baby boy or something like that. Or, it's a boy or it's a girl. We hugged like that. And I genuinely thought, like, this is it. This is the moment now where we go and do it.
Like I said, it was full of mixed emotions, right? Like from the second minute, it's coming home. To Pickford saving that first pen, it's definitely coming home. To the second chance, the third chance that got given to us, Pickford another save.
Yeah, do you know what I think? Yeah, it seemed as though England scored too early. That's what it felt like. And then it felt as though they just kind of kicked. They were just trying to absorb the pressure. I don't know, like, I didn't feel like there was as much counter-attacks that were working. There was a couple. There was a couple here and there.
They just weren't like...
Basically, what happened is Italy were...
We lacked creativity, so we lacked a creative player on the field, like a Grealish or something.
But the thing is, to Southgate's credit, we were never setting up to go and take control of the game. Southgate, the reason he set up with a back five is he expected Italy to take the ball, and he goes, fine, you take the ball, we're going to press you, and we're going to try and find our moments, right? So the reason we got the early goal for me is genuinely
because of that.
I don't know, what time were you watching at Yard? Where were you watching it?
I was watching it, bruv, I watched the ceremony
up to fine. So I was at Wembley from like 1:30 p.m. Yeah, so long before kickoff.
Yeah, crazy.
And it was absolutely heaving. It was packed. There were pubs that were like open from like 8 a.m, lines all around the block and stuff like that. I feel like when we got into that stadium, it reached fever pitch to a point. The players had felt it to a point where that early goal was always going to happen. It was just going to be an explosion of the energy that had been building for the past 10 hours.
They looked so on it as well. The
and when Harry Kane hit that pass, that I honestly felt like this is going to be a goal. That pass was so sweet. Oh my God, I'm just getting gassed just thinking about it. But when Trippier set up, he hesitated for a bit and played that ball in. Shaw hit it. Like he knew he was the guy.
I think Stones and Maguire really did their job.
Incredible.
Man. I swear.
Incredible.
When the whistle went off, I looked at them and they were like, they were really playing.
Yeah, they looked like they was really.
They just needed the attacking part of their team to do their job.
Looking at them two, looking at them two, I felt like I was seeing on the pitch anyway. I was seeing two alpha males on the pitch.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? They had that.
Yeah.
They had that aura about
They
them.
had Bonucci and Chiellini. Like that's Undertaker and Kane.
And them two, the two in front of them as well, they were ready to die for the shirt. Calvin Phillips was incredible, the Yorkshire Pirlo.
Yeah.
But for me, someone that was moving like Pirlo, Declan Rice. I could not believe in that first half. I could not believe what this guy was on. Like I was like, oh, he did it once. All right, cool. He did it twice. I was like, yeah, Declan Rice is here.
I said, we just we lacked that one creative player
to link the midfield and the
just
top.
Grab the ball and carry, and then when Grealish came on, you saw how easy my man walks with the ball.
God, the glide,
and just looks to see where can I dink it.
The glide,
but he's walking, Chuckie.
Yeah, he's cold.
He's nuts.
He's cold with the ball.
The stadium was calling for him for a few times.
That Italy scored.
Were they?
Yeah. So
he's got fans, bro.
Jack, the whole stadium. Bro. Then it got to
Stop. Think about this for a moment. Yeah. Just think about this for a moment. Imagine how amazing that must feel as a player to be sitting on the bench, and hearing thousands of people,
the entire stadium.
Bro, I remember one time I was at Old Trafford, and they were awarding Paul Scholes. What were they awarding him? Something. It's like I can't even remember. It was something they was awarding him
Legacy
for.
award or something.
No. So he was playing anyway, but like, so he's come running out. He's come running out to come and collect this award, and the whole stadium just was like. I just always remember thinking to myself, I know, like, I understand that there's a buzz that you get when you're on the pit and you score and you whatever, but when you've got thousands of people that are just looking at you and just applauding you,
it's better than music fans.
Oh my,
it's so much better.
God,
it's insane. And when he started warming up, already the crowd started singing and getting excited. When he took his bib off, which means they know he's coming on, then.
Oh my God! Imagine you're dating someone at the time, and you bring your date to the. Do you understand what I'm saying? Could you imagine the gas?
He turned around to find his finger. That's me.
Yeah,
still.
That's me. That's crazy.
He proved why when he came on, he was like, "Yeah, I'm English. I'm from Brum."
He's a reincarnated Beckham, man.
I'm gonna
Number
move.
7.
He's amazing. He's got the flair, and he's that maverick that is not scared of taking people on. He doesn't really think about football too much. Like, oh, just do the simple things. He actually just balls out like he's playing on the street. And I wonder what would have happened if he started or if he came on much earlier. Would we have had some sort of link to unlock a very
if England won it, all our voices would be gone in this podcast.
Yeah. Do you think because obviously Southgate was good in my opinion, up to there was like a couple things, but do you feel like there was like a lack of desire to actually go and win the game at a point?
No, for me, no Southgate
He was
slander.
being safe, man, but there was no
no Southgate slander.
No, obviously not, but we can see where we'd all agree that
it's not a slander though.
No,
it's not a slander, it's a critique. It's a critique.
But for me,
because he done well to get this.
So I'm going to say this right now. Southgate is England's most important player.
Yeah.
Not Jack Grealish, not Harry Kane, not Raheem Sterling, not Bukayo Saka. Gareth Southgate, he is not scared to make the tough decisions. He's not scared to drop all these players that we think should be all on the pitch at the same time. He sets up for each game depending on the opponent.
Yeah.
And he makes level-headed decisions. Yeah.
Like not emotional.
He knew that it's this Italy team, like for a casual football fan, you ask them, what does Italy play like? Oh, they're defensive, they break you down, they want to win 1-0. This Italy team were here to ball out.
Yeah.
Chiesa, incredible. Insigne, incredible. Ciro Immobile wasn't on fire, but he's an incredible number 9. Their midfield pivot of Verratti, incredible.
Yeah,
you know, these guys were balling out.
To the goalie, bro.
Yeah, they were playing 4-3-3. They were playing like this is not Italy. Don't play 4-3-3. They're back 5 specialists. So he knew that, and he goes, "Listen, I'm not going to go toe to toe with this because in that midfield battle, these guys are more technically gifted than us." So he set up with a back 5. The reason we got that goal so early was because we had a back 5. That full back
that
overload,
wouldn't have happened
Italy couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
When Kyle Walker went round. He left space for Trippier. Trippier played it across. Who scored? The other fullback.
Yeah.
That back 5 was the reason we scored.
With all of what you've just said, yeah, because I still think that like he could have done everything perfect up to a point, and it doesn't mean that even with a bit of critique means that he's not fit for the job, because he's clearly very good at what he does, yeah. But do you think though, like pushing that aside, that when it got to a certain point, he could have made more of an effort to try to win the game? Or do you think that, this is a genuine question, or do you think that, you know what, there's always that mindset of, you know what, like what you just said, ultimately these guys are a lot more gifted than us. Let's actually just try and go for the penalties now and see where that goes, because ultimately that's a lottery.
So I'm not saying he definitely wasn't trying to go for penalties. This is what's interesting. Italy, even though they're the ball dominating team, penalties is the perfect situation for them. They've been there, done that. They won 2 penalty shootouts. Their goalkeeper is I think his save rate for penalties, are you ready for this? I think he saves 68% of his penalties.
Yeah, it was like 68%.
Do you know how mad that is?
Bruv, do you know how stupid that stat is?
Yeah.
Like, he's a mentality, like I said it again, he's a mentality monster. He's the type of guy that without even saying anything, you'll stare at him and you'll go, I don't think I'm going to score this penalty. He's incredible. So Italy wouldn't have minded penalties. Gareth wasn't trying to go for penalties. What he was trying to do was he was trying to rely on youth and work rate to wear down a team which is much older than him. So he didn't want to go to penalties, but he was happy to play the long game. He wasn't trying to blow them out. Listen, we're talking about football royalty here. We like to think we've got a great football history. We've got 1 star on the chest that happened
Italy
from
got
before my
4
mum was
World
born.
Cups, I swear.
4 World Cups and now 2 Euro Cups. We're talking about, apart from Brazil, we're talking about the international football institution. These guys know what they're doing. So I feel like Gareth Southgate, with pragmatism, with level-headedness, and completely stripping away emotion, made the right call throughout the game. And even his...
I disagree. Jack
really?
Grealish should have been on the 70th minute. I'm sorry, Gareth. That's it. That's all I want to say. That's it.
No, so I would say
he made decisions that were based on what did you say? Like, he made the right decisions the whole way.
Yeah. I would say,
but I would say
Grealish.
To criticize, we lacked creativity. We had so much creativity on the bench,
Sure.
but they lacked match experience. So Rashford's, who else was on the bench? Sancho's. His relationship with Gareth was a bit rocky, that no one really knows about. They won't put it out in the media, but they had. That's why Sancho weren't really playing.
So are you saying? So I agree with you that Mount should have come off for Grealish much earlier.
Maybe not even Mount. You know,
you're saying Sterling?
Because I do like Mount. No, not even. Do you know what? I'll agree with Mount. I'd rather keep Sterling on because he has a experience and he has a second burst of wind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, but with the creativity that we lacked, I just feel like the attacking mind we had on the bench could have provided something.
Sure. I take that point because when Grealish came on,
because people get tired,
he
bro.
was on stuff.
Like, our team was getting tired with no subs.
Sure.
And Italians were making subs. That's the only bit of criticism I have.
Sure.
Like, because we were so close to winning, bro. Yeah. Minus
they
that
even had a little. I can't remember which part.
The goal was so scrappy. It killed me to know that there was not a man at the far post or the first post, and Kane was in goal.
Yeah.
Kane was in goal.
There was even a point. I can't remember. It was somewhere in the extra time. Where it looked as though England was there was a bit on smoke or whatever.
If the ball just clipped his head, it would have gone in.
Just
the keeper was already out.
Yeah.
Donnarumma
so that probably was one. But remember, with all of that, no one ain't saying that Southgate, like, no matter how England lost that game, I still would have said, like, Southgate is the right man.
The reason why I'm defensive in Southgate's favour is because I was in Moscow for the World Cup semi-final, yeah? And that was a moment of a lifetime. I never thought that England were going to reach this level where they're in the last four of a World Cup, yeah? We lost, whatever. Moving forward, he's done so much right to get this work. His record so far is 2 semi-finals, if you count the Nations League.
I don't knock his work.
No, wait, I have to stop you here, yeah? No one is saying that he should not. Yeah. But with all of that, sometimes you can't look at things blindly, though. You can't say, you know what, because someone is being... like, you can still say lightly, you know what, like, maybe this could have happened, and you know what, him being the manager and him being as good as he is, he might be able to sit down and be able to justify exactly why he didn't do what everyone or a bunch of people are saying. That will make people say, do you know what, I understand it, because clearly he did it for a reason. But like, you know what, my brethren, my mate could manage artists and be completely sick at it. Yeah. But he might have put out a single one day where I could have said, you know what, bro, you're sick of your job and that. But I think that maybe you could have went with this one.
But that's the key. That's the key difference. You've gone, you're sick at your job, right? Yeah. I've always found in all my group chats, all on Twitter, every beginning of every match day at the Euros, all I'm hearing is, what is Gareth doing? Why would you play my man? Why would you do this?
But that's, do you know what though? That is football though. And do you know what it is as well, yeah? For me, this is just from my perspective. Sometimes I feel as though football fans do this, yeah, to almost have a scapegoat into why you lost already.
Fine.
So what happens is, yeah, the team sheet comes out and people say, oh my God, why is this one on? Yeah. And then I'm like, sometimes I'm kind of in the WhatsApp group and I'm saying, okay, who should he take out for who then? Because everyone's screaming out, this one should come in for this. And so I'm like, okay, tell me who should come out for who, because everyone's screaming and shouting, this should have happened. I'm not saying with England, I'm just saying in general. But it's almost like, okay, now what you're doing is you're putting it out there like, if we lose, it's because the manager did. And I told, do you understand what I'm saying? If they win now, ain't no one sitting there and saying, do you know what? That line up, how you set the players up, amazing. They don't do that. So do you understand what I'm saying? With managers, in particular, with managers, it's like you get all of the backlash when you lose, but you get minimal glory when you win. Just you get a bit, but you start looking at the individual players and you start looking at the team as opposed to the manager. I think if Southgate did win, he would have got a lot of praise this time because of
he would have got an MBE this morning.
Would have been a mad thing
this morning. But he would have been there with a sword
with breakfast.
Yeah. But going on to the penalties now,
Oh my God! I think I went through too much emotion. I think I lost my voice for an hour after that penalty shootout. But I think I went to my knees twice. Pause.
What was your take on the penalties?
I thought amazing up until Rashford had 2 minutes to himself running up and then forgetting that the ball is there. So he was running, doing his jolts, doing his feints, and then went, oh shit, I've got to kick it. And he's kicked it with his heel. It was going in.
So wait, let me stop you.
Yeah, go on.
I think, you know what may have potentially played a little part in his mind? If Rashford is as meticulous as I think he is, I think he would have known that stat.
What do you mean?
That 68%.
That
you know what as well?
Oh, and
he hasn't even, like, when did he come on the pitch? He came on the pitch, 2 minutes before?
118th minute,
Yeah. Before, So he's not fully warm.
Bro,
wait, let me finish. Sorry, remember, we're dealing with human beings as well. They're athletes at the highest level.
I would have closed my eyes and kicked it.
But they are still human beings, You've come on. There's like 2 minutes to go, It's the final.
Your fans are behind that goal, Chuckie.
How many people? It's 90,000 people, yeah?
60,000 at the game.
There were 60,000 at the game. So 60,000 people and the world is watching you. And you're not fully warm and you're in front of a guy who saves 68% of penalties. I can see... Wait, let me finish. I can see how that would... You understand what I'm saying?
I won't lie.
Nerve.
Rashford is experienced in penalty shootouts.
He is, Listen, there's two sides.
With the world watching him.
Listen, there's two sides to this, There's two sides. When Rashford was coming on, I was like, Gareth, you're the one. You still turn me on. Pause. football's coming.
I get it because I was
like, man has been in moments where he needs to score a penalty and he's buried it. Yeah, so I was happy with him coming on.
The stakes are
but
different.
I take Chuckie's point.
The stakes are different.
Yeah, no. I take Chuckie's point that I don't take the fact that he was cold because he knew what he was coming on for. When you're coming on the 119th minute,
don't you warm up?
You know what you're coming on.
I want you to land. Wait. I want you to land here. The cold thing comes from not. Of course, he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But still, I think when the stakes are the way that it is, it's like you might need is a few times for a man to just pass you the ball a couple of times,
just to feel the energy. Absolutely,
a little one cheer. You can't take the psychology out of football. You just can't.
Psychology is the most important thing. What you just said there. What did you just say?
Rashford is a confidence player.
You're a legend. Do you know why? That is exactly why Rashford is really important for Man United. As a national icon, we all love him. And for United, he feels like it is my responsibility to go out and become a United legend. Yeah. So, in a United shirt, he steps up to the plate and he takes it upon himself.
And I respect that.
For England,
massively.
For England, for some reason or another with the squad.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Is he all right there? Because I know
sorry.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Okay, calm. Lean forward.
For England, he's not been part of their immediate setup. He's been coming on a few times throughout the Euros. I feel like because he wasn't part of the whole setup throughout the Euros, when he stood up on there, he actually felt like this is going to be the most influential thing I do at this tournament, and it's all or nothing. So I've not had a chance to play against, Germany. I've not had a chance to play against Ukraine.
Bro.
But the one time I'm on, if I mess this up, we're done. And I feel like he just felt because
when he's a player,
yeah.
Do not give him time to think on that field.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's better playing.
No, but when he buried it against PSG in the last minute, that penalty,
he was warm. He played the whole match. Okay. I'm saying with that guy, you give him any ounce of more than 4 seconds on that ball, he starts to think about everything, and then he's got 20,000 England fans looking at him. Dead in his face,
and you got a man who saved 68% of penalties. You got a man who saved.
Imagine staring at that guy.
And then you got him.
Let me tell you something, yeah. I hope you ain't got COVID, by the way. I'm joking. But listen, if I've saved do you know, bro? You know, man, are not gonna love me.
No.
If I have saved 68% of penalties, and I'm in your yard, and you've just come on,
brother,
I'm letting you know, I'm me.
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm me. And you just come on.
Get to know.
Let me tell you something about that goalie. Go on.
Huh?
Tell you something about that goalie didn't celebrate one of those saves.
He's a light work.
He fucking walked off.
Did you see it when he...
And all the Italians bombarded, but he's still straight
on some boss thing. But, okay, because I don't want to dissect too much of their penalties individually.
Just one thing I want to say, like that you guys might not have noticed at home, with Rashford's run-up, yeah? He does that run up for every penalty.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he does.
I thought Pogba just rang him and
No. That run up, he did that in Paris. He does that run up, yeah? This one, I have never seen this in my life. He did his thing.
Stop.
You know when he stopped?
Yeah.
He normally does stop.
Yeah.
When he stopped, the entire crowd went, just before he kicked it.
He heard
like
that.
Everyone
You're
went.
Hearing a sigh.
Everyone did this. As in, he's missed it before he even kicked that ball. And I'd never experienced anything like that where the entire stadium collectively...
Why did it feel like he paused an extra millisecond longer?
It felt like he'd paused for... It
felt like he paused a little bit longer than he usually paused.
I made a noise. I went,
I felt for him, man. I really, really felt. But just going on to penalties as well, yeah. Because again, even with like the confidence aspect that you was talking about and all of that, yeah. Maguire stepped up for a penalty, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's about to happen?"
No,
brother.
I was confident. Chuckie.
He stood there, and his confidence level, bearing in mind he's been on the pitch, he's warm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Tired, bro.
That was like the best penalty that was taken.
That was hard,
bro. You could have 3 goalkeepers in there. Man ain't saving that, bro.
Remember,
I was petrified.
He's played 120 minutes. And he was the second penalty.
Yeah, I was petrified when Maguire stepped up.
I weren't. I like defenders taking penalties, bro, because their man will wallop the ball.
Just whack
like they're defenders. I just trust defenders taking them.
Sancho missed, and then Saka stepped up for the 5th. Saka, now I'm gonna say again, when Saka stepped up, I remember I was at the brunch. Everyone was like proper celebrating. Like when they saw Saka, they were like. And it wasn't because people in there, I'm going to speak for everyone in there, people weren't celebrating because it was like, oh, we know he's a certified. I think it was more the, yo, go on, young you. Like, go and do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Everyone was like proper cheering him on in the thing, yeah. In my heart, I said, the 5th. Yeah. But wait, let me finish. Let me finish though, yeah. So I'm fighting with myself in my mind because I'm saying, the 5th? But then I'm also saying, there's another part of me that's saying, doesn't really matter, does it? Because the stakes are high regardless. Yeah. If you're going to take a penalty, you're going to take a penalty. Yeah. And you're going to do it in this. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there's something about the 5th where I was like, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't know. Oh. And when he who
took the 5th the last time? Mbappe.
Pressure.
Do you know what it is as well? You even take it back to Moscow 2008 when John Terry slipped. He wasn't the guy that missed the decisive one, right? Anelka's the one that missed the decisive one. But John Terry is in the headlines. Saka knew that even though someone else misses the penalty, if I do this, I'm going to be the one in the headlines. I'm going to be the one saying, oh, Saka.
So now can I go to a bigger, massive point now? Because I think that is a good segue for it, yeah? And you can backtrack in a bit afterwards, right? And this is like going from conversations that I've had with a couple of people, one including Temi from 90s Baby, yeah? Right. John Terry, yeah? Champions League. He takes the 5th penalty, yeah? Right, to score against Man United to win it, wasn't it? At that point, that was to win it. It was to win it. Yeah. And I remember when he stepped up, because I don't love Chelsea, and I definitely hate this Don. But I remember at the time thinking, as soon as he stepped up, it's the papers thing. It's a papers thing. It's like, you know what, John Terry, and he's the hero of Chelsea, and you could see it all written before the guy fucking took the penalty. Yeah. So when he missed it, I can't tell you the glory that I felt when he missed that. Now, going on to this, yeah, there's a take that a couple of people had said to me, yeah, which I actually feel like there's some substance to, yeah, right? And I've been actually trying to think about this a lot just to figure out like how I actually deliver this, yeah. Now, again, this isn't a criticism to Gareth Southgate. It isn't, yeah. What I do feel is, though, I feel like, and I don't know what the percentage is. I'm still trying to work out what the percentage is, yeah. I feel like there was a percentage of this penalty set out being political. Reason being, yeah, had these guys scored these penalties, yeah, think about it, like, there's so much conversation, and there has been so much conversation about race and divide and all of these things, and, you know, the England team and the booing and all of these type of things, yeah. Had these guys have scored that penalty, there isn't a head, for you to go, like, and print out a newspaper, yeah, and put any other face on there, would just have it all set in stone how fucker you guys really are. Yeah. Now, I say all of this to say, I still believe that Gareth Southgate's belief in them scoring the penalty way outweighed the political side of it. Like, he had a genuine belief, a strong belief that these guys would score and get it through. However, I do feel that there was maybe a political element to it that might have backfired a tiny bit. Do you get what I'm saying? Because now it's like, and again, this is not to say like to scapegoat these guys. Had they have scored the penalty, could you imagine? Look at history. Look at what would happen in history and how we would look at it within history. But it just wasn't supposed to be.
You look at the names on paper of our penalty takers and you're like, yeah.
I was happy.
Like Kane, Maguire, Rashford, Sancho,
yeah, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, like where was Grealish or where was this person, whatever." And I know that these guys would have been ready to step up. Like, we don't know what the conversation was that was being had. There was a side of me that was like, you know what? Maybe these men were trying to preempt the fact that it might go past the 5th.
Absolutely.
You know, I was thinking that.
Yeah, that's what
you know what I'm saying. If you go past the 5th, now you got a Grealish, now you got a Sterling, you got these dons that can come up and take penalties.
I was asking Amanda, can Pickford take pens? Because this might go far.
But there was definitely I feel, again, I don't know what the percentage is. I don't know if it was 10%, 5%, 30%, 40%. I'm not going to go any more than 50 because I genuinely believe that Gareth Southgate's belief yeah, the word belief was far outweighed the political side, but I feel like there was a political element to it. And it's funny now because look, these dons it's turned out the way that it has, and look at the backlash. Look what's happening. A lot of us are already saying, "Rah, like, boy." I think before these guys even stepped to take the penalty, there was a general consensus amongst a bunch of people, especially black people, that were like, regardless of what happened, Sterling just scored a penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like, just so you don't get the racist backlash.
We were just looking at Sterling and saying, yo, whatever happens, Sterling, just don't miss, because we know, and he would know as well, how this thing's going to play out. The moment that it ended up being the way that it turned out, look what happened.
So
that was
unlucky,
on the group chat as well. That was the saddest thing. My guy Arnold, that's the first thing he said. Like, just as we'd lost, everyone's reacting in the group, and he goes, and watch now what happens with how much racist abuse these guys
three
get.
black players missed for England.
It literally
so
went
deep,
from
man.
it literally went from kinda covert to a moment of outright like overt.
Yeah.
It was like, this is a free pass now to really just start
mad.
saying and just say some shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we all felt that, and it's like, you know what? That reinforces the point of, how can I have a certain passion towards England? I can have a passion towards the man them and the players on the pitch and all of that, yeah. But how can I support this? How can I support this?
Because you're not invited to the party. You're like again, if anything fucks up, that's it. They're gonna slander the shit out of you,
bro. You know, like Saka in particular, because again, if you look at the headlines, oh my god, if he would have scored it, whatever, Saka, like all of that, it would have just been sensational. Yeah, he's 19 years old, he's taken it, he's missed it and whatnot. For me, I was kind of thinking, I wonder if they probably do, but I did think, I wonder if you have a counsellor to deal with the extreme highs and the extreme lows of being a footballer. Because I think when you play for like just a certain team that's, say, like just middle of the road, you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. The stakes ain't that high. The stakes might be financially high from the business aspect of it, but in terms of the man them, it's like, it just is what it is. But when the stakes are as high as they are for you as a player and for the country and all of that, like, surely you need some level of counselling after that, even if you win.
Absolutely.
Even if you win, because it's such a high. Yeah, the high is so high, but the low is so low. Imagine how he must feel with that. 19 years old as well, and he's 19, naturally, I don't care what anyone says, these lot are on social media and shit, innit? Like, you know, especially someone of his age.
Yeah, 100%.
To then go on your socials, and like, it's one thing everyone, you shit, you this, that, and whatever. But then for people to remind you, you know what? Not really from here like that anyway. We don't really consider you that. Like, how must that affect a person? How must that affect someone like me? And then again, you know what? And us. Even when this whole situation was going on last year, and I was having these conversations with certain people about, like, you know, sometimes what it feels like to be in this country and whatnot, and like, you know, one person in particular was making me feel as though it's all in your head. You're manifesting it. You know, if you go out and you think that these people are gonna do this, that, and the other, then you're gonna. And it's like, this here just show. We don't have to say anything. All what has to happen is for my man to miss a penalty, for these men to get, like, to lose, and it speaks for itself. It's all there. It's all there. It's a disgrace, to be honest with you. It's a proper disgrace. But are we surprised?
Nope.
No, but
because that was already, we were conditioned to know that was gonna happen if it did happen, and it did happen.
Dan called it savage. Why was he saying that? When I look at the England flag, there's something in me that doesn't connect with it, or I can't really connect with England as a football team like I do with Chelsea. Why did he say that? He said it because he preempted this, that when we're winning, when we're scoring goals to take you through, Sterling's on fire. As soon as one of the man them loses, it is literally your true feelings.
Sterling's on fire.
Yeah, once you're no longer of use to us, once you're no longer of use to us, you're just them again. And that's where it comes out. And what I saw when I woke up this morning all across social media and I saw the statements or whatever like that, I've seen it loads of times, but this one really, I just felt like this one really deflated me and distanced me from the England team
100
in such an extreme way, because yesterday I was as close as I've ever been. I have never connected with the England team more than I did yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, it almost felt like I've never felt further away from it.
All so quick, innit?
All in the space of 12 hours because a man missed the penalty. Can you imagine?
All because a man missed the penalty. I was saying, like, earlier on when we was talking, I was like, had Italy have maybe scored 2 goals in the first half, whatever, and they went on to go and win, I would have been like, you know what, good job, guys. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have stank so much, but I'd have been like, sick. But you know, because it was like the last kick as well, and it was like the man them on top of that too, it was like, I felt more gutted than I expected to feel. Do you get what I'm saying? I was like, and then for me, I humanize people, innit? Because I'm like, fuck, like, even when I look at when Rashford missed that penalty, that genuine pain, pain, and then also having to, you know what, millions of people are watching me, and let me just snap out of that quickly and go back and whatnot. Do you know, like, I can't even fathom what that must feel like, you know? Like, it's a whole different type of feeling. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh man, I really, really did feel sorry for them. And then on the other hand, when I see all of this, I'm like, the same as you, bro. I'm like, this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why. Look at you lot. Look at it. Yeah. You don't even have to go far to see it. It's like, and I know still that, like, maybe it's a minority of people that are being as loud as they are, which makes it seem as loud as what it really is. But you know what it is? It's still a large amount of minority. Yeah. It's still a large amount of it. If a large amount to be so overt, so then what is the next percentage?
Absolutely.
That is covert. Yeah. And then so when you put this all in one pie, how much is it?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Absolutely.
A lot, Chuckie,
absolutely.
But so what happens now?
Bring on the World Cup.
Well, I mean, bring on the World Cup, but
no, but you know what it is? I just want these players to feel good again.
That's the thing. I
want the togetherness back.
You know, I saw not a meme. I saw a screenshot of this girl that tweeted something that was so sick. She said, "Let me make one thing clear: England as the country, embarrassing. England as in 26 young boys playing a silly game of football, I'd die for them."
Yeah, proud.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah, proud.
When I look at Saka, all I see is 19 years old, Greenford. He dreamed from the
what?
Brother.
Saka.
Brother.
Obviously, man lives there.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I think of 7 years old joining Arsenal. Like how small the chances were for him to be in this position, for him to now be here. I see that when I look at Raheem Sterling, I look at someone that used to kick ball and look up and he saw Wembley Stadium. And now he's the guy leading the way. When I look at Marcus Rashford, where he's come from, what he's doing for this country, like, I want success for them. I want success for Harry Kane as well.
100%.
I think he's exemplary.
I love, like, you know,
I'm half and half.
I like Harry Kane, man.
I really like Harry Kane.
He needs to make friends more within the team. He needs to be more tighter with it. I can't see pictures of the England team and he's always by himself. That is the captain. They look like they're talking about him.
Yeah, I hear that.
You've got to just bring that togetherness.
No, but he's... Because
he looks fake at the end of the match when he's like, well done, boys. And he's chewing his tongue. And he's saying, well done, boys. They're being fake to him,
You can tell he's an Arsenal fan. No, but I like Harry Kane and I want all of them to win. Man. But listen, like, we can't lie. You know, like, I connect to these players way more, not because of their footballing ability, but because of where they're from, because of their stories, because it wasn't meant to be like this and they're still here.
Hence why I have so much ratings for Gareth Southgate, because he could have just picked a team based on just notoriety. Really, he could have just done that, but he didn't do that.
You went for the youngers, boy.
Yeah.
And he, like, you saw, straight away he ran over to Saka, hugged him. he spoke so well in the press conferences, saying that this boy is a star and he will continue to be a star, and this is just all a part of the journey of being a world star.
I didn't even mention Foden, bro.
Yeah, Foden as well.
Foden. Young, techie squad, bro. This is why I say that lack of creativity that we could have had on the field. They were all on the bench.
But sometimes I feel like or going into the technical aspect of football again, sometimes I feel like when you're a ball-carrying creative midfielder, you need a team around you that is designed to have the ball.
So you're sicker than me. I'm not tactical. I'm more face value. I want my stars on that field. I know that I take.
Yeah. But do you know what? Yeah, this is interesting. That's why I think Gareth Southgate is as good as he is, because that's where I think England's gone wrong in the past. They've just had the stars on the pitch.
Let's play Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard.
Yeah, just flung them on
together. Yeah,
and it just hasn't worked. And it's like, and I understand that, like, for them, for maybe even for the manager, it might have been so difficult to leave some of these guys out and whatever, because you know what? If they would have put somebody else in who didn't have the name the same way and all of that type of shit, then ultimately that manager is going to be absolutely crucified. Why did you not put this person? Why did you not? But you know what? This is why you are the manager of the country. You're supposed to make the tough calls. You're supposed to make the tough decisions. Gareth Southgate had done that. And so, you know, I can only but rate him for that. Do you get what I'm saying?
And even above that, going away from the football and coming back to the human element of it, there's so many times where Gareth Southgate could have fucked this all up. There's so many times where he could have fucked it all up and just been seen as another white man who doesn't really get it. And while he's never ever claimed to know what it feels like to be a black player or a minority being crucified, he doesn't know what that feels like. But he has always been clear in his stance, whether it's taking the knee. There's an interview that he did where he was very clear on people having a problem with the players taking the knee come at it with severe racial undertones. He could have easily said, "It's I think their opinions are far more sinister than we like to believe," and then you can make your opinion of what he said. But my man said, no, if you're against them taking the knee, you're being racist. You know what the stance is. And that's what I love Gareth for more, because if your manager leaves you out to dry as a young black man, how can you feel like you belong in this team? But Gareth Southgate, at every time he's been called upon, has given an exemplary answer as a white man. And I feel like if more of that happens, I think that would be amazing.
There's bad luck with penalties.
Do you know as well? I think because they keep booing the knee and all of these type of things, which are like, it's nuts to me. I just think it's nuts, isn't it? That. But I think that, you know what? Let's just say, if people booed the knee, if people were booing the knee, or a large group of people were booing the knee, but they came out and they said, we're booing the knee because we believe this is what we can do, or this is what should happen. So they came with a solution. Right, okay, boom. Okay, this is getting long now. Like, it's booing the knee and all of that type of shit. Okay, if this is what we can do to stop booing the knee, we can do this, we can do that. As fans, we can do this. We can do X, Y, and Z, and whatever it may be. So you're solution based, innit? You're not doing that. You're just booing because you just fuck. It all matters. It all matters. What the fuck's going? It all matters.
So you know, like a Marxist theory. Have you heard that term before? So a lot of these. A lot of these pussy holes, sorry Chuck, so like a lot of these...
What, me?
No, as in, sorry for my flagrant language.
What the fuck, bro?
Listen, VAR.
Pussy, cunt, we say these things.
Alright, fine, I'm just saying, sorry. But listen, a lot of these pussy hole, chav, inbred, whatever they are,
inbred,
they just use these words, right? So the Marxism is a theory of like disrupting and becoming a socialist and going against the grain. These guys are like, but it's just like Marxist like actions, isn't it? Do you know what the fuck Marxism is? No, why have you just heard this word and now you're going, why are you being in politics and why are you being Marxist? Brother, Raheem Sterling does not give a fuck about your Marxist theory, bro. He is saying, stop fucking treating black people like this because they're black. That's all he's saying. But these people, what they want to do is, obviously we've said this before, I've not discovered anything, we all know this, but they use that as a blanket to cover up the fact that, no, do you know what, mate? I actually just don't like black people.
No matter
what. England fans held it up for time though, to that final whistle, and then we just saw.
Was that?
they held it up like where they supported our black players.
Yeah. Were they still not booing neither?
In the stadium, I didn't hear it. In the stadium, in the stadium, I heard a lot of round of applause.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But just like in a lot of like Carl Anker of The Athletic, he says it really well. He says that whenever there's a knee taken, there's like a bit of like a but, and then it's drowned out by claps.
Oh yeah, okay.
So there are some pussy holes that
it's a real small minority.
Yeah, there are some pussy holes that do the booing thing because they're so fucking, and then they get drowned out by claps by mostly in that stadium white people, which was cool to see.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It's kind of deep still, but before we bounce, then quickly, did you watch the Conor fight?
Did I?
Oh my god! You're not a UFC guy, are you?
No, I know his ankle.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. I can't handle that. That's why I'm a WWE fan, like, because I know it's like I know. Oh man, I'm not really getting thumped like that. Okay, what do you mean his ankle actually broke?
But Chucks, I did watch it.
Right.
McGregor's finished.
Bro, he's done.
Done.
Let me tell you something.
How do you still talk after losing?
I know.
But like louder than the winner.
No, but do you know what? Conor McGregor lost. Yeah, we're talking about UFC. Was it UFC 264? We won't go too much into it, but you'll enjoy this conversation still, and you can go and watch it. It was quite short. But anyway, fucking Conor McGregor's an interesting guy. For me, Conor McGregor lost in the perfect way because it gives him another excuse to run his mat for another year and come back. Yeah, so he can do that. But you know what I thought was really interesting? Yeah, see Conor McGregor. In fact, let's give some context to this. So he fought a guy called Dustin Poirier, yeah?
The Diamond.
Right. So they first fought 5 years ago, right?
About 6
years ago. 2015, I think it was.
The start of Conor's.
That was the start of when Conor he was coming into the sport and he was making up some noise and he was talking a bit, yeah?
And he was back in it.
Yeah, he was back in his talk. So anyway, they fought then, and prior to that fight, Conor's doing what he does. Chatting off his mouth, doing all of that type of stuff, and you could see that Dustin became very emotional, and he became emotionally invested in this anger and this guy shouting at him and all of these things. And now what happens is you go from having a game plan to just wanting to just smash the shit out of a man.
Dustin used to talk shit.
Yeah, I did for real.
He lost to McGregor that first match and never lost the fight after that.
Again. Right. So anyway, he lost. As he said, he lost. And he did say that he got over emotional in it and whatever. Conor, was that the one where Conor said, he said, I did say I would knock him out in a certain round.
Yeah, in one
He goes,
round
they could call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things. Or whatever. He started doing all this wrestling shit.
That was the birth of his character.
Yeah.
That was the birth of
people started loving him from then. Anyway, last year they fought, and that actually didn't happen. So Conor had like quite a bit of a break.
He had kids
and all of that. He did have a fight before. But he did have a. You say all of that, but remember he was doing the boxing shit and he was still running up his mat. Yeah. But when he's come back, he's like, and he is kind of running his mat because
when he came back,
because as he was coming back, he was on the vibe of. When he was coming back, he came back
against Cerrone. No, he came back against Cerrone and then faced Khabib and lost Khabib.
Right. So this is what happened.
Khabib humbled
That's what
him.
I'm saying. So he's come back. That's where I was going. Yeah. So he's come back, and he's still kind of running his mat because he's got this issue with Khabib or whatever it may be now, yeah. So he's beat flipping Cerrone. Wait, am I getting this right?
No, he beat Cerrone with his long hair. He came back from a long spell out.
And was that Khabib straight away?
And then Khabib straight after. He got that match straight away.
Alhamdulillah, I smash your boy.
Because Khabib went and beat Dustin. And then Khabib went and faced Conor, that big multi-million pound fight.
Because in my head, I'm feeling like the fucking Dustin and Khabib fight. I mean,
the
Conor and Khabib fight was McGregor time ago.
It was time ago, bro.
No, right. So you're wrong, bro. I knew
you're wrong. Okay.
So basically, what happened was, fucking. Remember, he fought Nate Diaz. Remember that he lost. He came back, fought Nate again. Yeah.
Right? And then won that.
Then he beat Eddie Alvarez. Yeah. Then I think that's when he left.
He was a champ, and then went to boxing.
He left and went to boxing.
Yes.
Then when he's come back, that's when he's come back for Khabib. Yeah. So then he lost.
Was it Khabib? Oh, and then Khabib fucked him up.
Yeah, Khabib fucked him up.
And then he came back with Cerrone.
Then he disappeared again.
Yeah.
Then he disappeared again. Then he came back for my man. All right. So
here we are.
So here we are. So anyway, now fucking. So anyway, he's chatting off his mouth a little bit now because obviously Khabib still punched him up and done all that, yeah. But there's a vacant belt because it's looking like Khabib's. Well, they were trying to get a rematch between the two of them, innit? But Khabib ended up was just like,
he retired. His dad passed away.
It was all of that shit, innit? Yeah. So then, so anyway, when him and Dustin fought the second time, there was no talking like that. It was like, you know what, they fought before, Conor had won or whatever, and I think in Conor's mind it was like, you know what, this is another person I need to just beat in order for me to try and just get this belt kind of thing, yeah. And obviously there was the supreme confidence that he would beat my man, yeah. But also Dustin was on the vibe of, this time, what's different is I'm not going to be over emotional anyway. And they were like really nice to each other.
Cool, bro.
They were giving each other
Conor
fucking...
came back a family man.
Yeah, but I don't even think that was it, bro.
No, but he was so kind to each other.
No, but
give me your hot sauce. Like, he was like,
but wait,
give me your hot sauce, goddammit. I'll fucking take
that's not why, though. That's not... He wasn't a nice guy because he had a family, bro.
No, but being a family man changes you. He trash talked his way into... Then he had his son and daughter... And now he was like,
no,
you got kids as well.
Did you see his eyes when he put on the Irish accent?
Bro, Conor
was sick,
bro. No, trust me. He felt a bit of like he was a nice guy for like 4 months, and then he got reminded by Dana, nice guys don't sell tickets.
And he was like, oh,
you need to fucking sell these fights,
bro. Listen, yeah. You see, when he fought Dustin, this wasn't, even though it was pay-per-view, there was COVID and shit, so they couldn't fight with an audience and all of that.
They just had all the shit.
But remember, you got to think, yeah, Conor, it doesn't like, at that point, Conor's stock was still high anyway. So whether he spoke shit or not, people are watching Conor McGregor because it is Conor McGregor.
Who he is.
So them two are, they've got this thing going on, but they're very, very nice to each other. Anyway, Dustin ends up beating him, yeah? Now, prior to that, Conor had said that he was going to donate some money to a charity.
He didn't do it.
Right? But he didn't do it.
When he lost, he didn't do it.
Yeah, when he lost, he didn't do it.
They stopped answering Dustin's calls.
In fact, what ended up happening was Conor actually gave the money to another charity that does the same thing. But Dustin was on a vibe of, all right, cool, if you're on a petty vibe, that's cool. But ultimately, we still win because it still goes to the... do you understand what I'm saying? So, whatever. Now, Conor is chatting off his mouth now. Yeah? Because Conor's using this as a thing of disrespect. He's basically saying now, well, as you've come out and said that I didn't donate the money and all of this type of stuff, you're disrespected me and I'm gonna this, that, and I'm gonna fuck.
You're
so
rap.
now he's
You're
gone
rap.
back. He's gone back now and started chatting off his mouth.
Rap,
but I say all of... Yes, rap. I say all of that to say this, yeah. What I find really interesting with Conor McGregor, yeah, is for all the years that I've watched him and for how much this guy disrespects, yeah, chats off his mouth and his behavior, I'm so surprised that he's actually deemed as the hero and not the villain. And the reason why I say this is because I think that if he was seen as the villain, I think you'd relish that the same way.
Yeah.
He's got all the characteristics of the villain, but he's like seen as the hero to the point that people could even boo Dustin. When I was watching them two on the thing, yeah, and I'm seeing like Dustin is like, seems like a really nice guy. He punched man up.
There's no space for nice guys in UFC, bro.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the fans, bro.
Yeah,
we're looking
at. They're judging it on. They
you say that, but people love Khabib.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So it's like, you look at people love Khabib because he's a man of God. He respects his family. He deals with things a certain type of way. I'm not saying that Dustin is of that same ilk, but he just seems like a man who loves punching man's head off. Not really for the fuckery too much. He's a handsome guy. Yeah. He's not ugly. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like,
goes home and eats his dinner.
Yeah, he's always talking about his charity. He's always talking about it. So when you see like him coming up and people booing him here and they're cheering this guy after this man's talking about a man's wife and all kinds of shit, you're like, hold on, wait.
How did this get twanged?
As people, like, his fans are nuts, bro. Like, they're like, his fans remind me of Nate Diaz fans, and they also remind me of Chipmunk fans.
Oh my god!
Chips fans are exactly the same as Conor McGregor fans and Nate Diaz fans, bro. They are exactly they're all the same. I'm telling you, put them all in the same fucking...
I was literally just about to come out with something.
They're all the same. But anyway...
Does that come with derogatory though?
What do you mean?
Are you being derogatory towards their
No,
fans?
I'm just saying they
have their own
they are fans They are
Beyond
blind
logic.
fans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they're blind. It doesn't.
can do no
it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You can do no wrong.
Okay,
Like you can say something about a man's religion, and a man will not say.
That's a bit sticky still.
Nah, they'll back you, innit?
I hear you're not religious like that, but it's a bit. The way you're delivering that one is a bit.
It's a bit left.
They will love it the same way because it's Conor McGregor. But now, like. He's in there, and bro, he was losing the fight again. Really, like he had a couple good moments.
He didn't really have the front foot.
He had a couple good moments.
He tried to have the front foot, but then it broke.
Bro, exactly. He tried to do the leg kick thing.
He tried to guillotine a man. He tried to do sub moves. He cussed his submissions. But yeah, man. Conor,
and then he was still chatting on the floor. And you know the
man said on the floor with a brace on, "Tell your wife to get out of me DMs. Come see me later at my party." He said. Yeah. I can't believe that.
Conor
Your Irish accent is really,
I'm shit.
Yeah, no, it has a lot of potential, honestly. Like,
I really don't want to try and put it on. That's why I'm trying to be London with it.
Yeah.
But nah, bro. Conor is Chuckie. Conor is. He
lost in the best way.
I like that he's in the sport still because it's entertainment.
Is the UFC less exciting without him?
Not to me.
It's not as loud. You can hear Conor, bro.
Now Conor McGregor brings a lot of he definitely brings a lot of extreme
He's a
casual.
showman.
I'm a casual fan still. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know all of the fucking intricacies, but I think that he brings the people who just don't you don't really you don't care about it that much. But Conor's fighting. It's like you just want to you just want to see him fight. I think the difference is that with a Floyd, for example. Real boxing fans not loved, but they wanted to watch him anyway. And then also, you had a demographic of people who wanted to watch Floyd lose.
Yeah,
but it's like Conor's lost. And
he's still
here,
and he's still here talking off his mouth.
Bro. He told Dustin, "You're leaving in a stretcher." Bro, he left in a stretcher, but talked trash on the way out.
He was still talking on the way out. They were carrying him out, he's still talking, bro.
Do you know what it is? It's called damage limitation. When you've absolutely fucked it, you're like, right, how can I maintain some level of hype right now?
Man said, let's fight backstage. Like, I'm wrapping up now. Let's continue.
I got to take, actually, just quickly. I think that a part of that was the fact that Conor was actually kind of happy and relieved that it ended this way.
Yeah.
And so for
that, was an excuse to
it's an excuse to be able to. And so now you got that next burst of. You didn't didn't finish it off. I'm coming. I'm gonna kill you.
Leg.
Yeah. I broke my leg.
You're lucky I broke my leg.
Yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, hold me back. I'll still come for you.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? But yeah, he lost it. He lost. I've never seen someone lose in a perfect way before like that.
Lucky one.
He won. If you didn't watch it, you would have thought that this guy still won. And the man's still talking about, I'm going to kill you, you know?
Yeah.
That was his thing. I'm going to kill you. He said, before the fight, he said, listen, you are going to pay with your life. You are dead in the octagon on Saturday. That's what he said.
How can you trash talk and lose like that?
I love it.
But,
it's embarrassing still.
Yeah, man. Oh, okay, quickly. What is one thing that everyone needs to know about? Anything
that everyone needs to know about.
Oh, man. Shit, I forgot to prepare. Go on.
As we talk about football and that still, some of you may already know, but go and watch Filthy Fellas.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
You should know about that. Go to their channel. They're doing their thing. They'll probably have something up talking about all of this as well. And in a very in-depth way.
And if you want to support my brand, it's cxpsule.com or the Instagram. Check it out. Get me. I'm taking over.
Is there anything else anyone needs to know about? Brand, restaurant?
I'm going to be forcing it.
Restaurant?
Restaurant. Oh, restaurant. Babe.
Oh, Are you bigging up Italian food?
No, yeah. That's it. Hold on. The chef's Swedish still. The chef's Swedish. Eld Pizza, Hackney Road, E2, best pizza in the city. Big up Elliot, my man, and also
big up the Swedish serving Italian,
and big up Big Hass as well. Hardest chef on road. Big Turkish Cypriot brother from Edmonton, from the roads, chefing it up in his garden. Big Hass, you need to know about Big Hass. If you don't know about Big Hass and you like food, shut up in it. Big Hass is the guy.
Big Hass.
I got one song actually.
Baddie Hub.
Let me just do that because fucking.
Keep it in there, CALUM. Don't worry about that. Let the rest handle it.
It is. I listened to this song about 100,000 times. Yeah. The song is called "No Regrets" and it's by Vic Santoro.
Oh, from South. Oh, my guy from South. Yeah.
It's cold. No regrets.
Waiting for a charity boxing match to punch someone up.
Yeah, no one wants to fight, man.
No one wants to fight you, Vic.
Yeah.
No
That says a lot to me. It's like, rah, he's out here being telling man, come, let's do, like, and no one.
You might as well join the UFC, my guy.
No, not even that angry brother who was on Gasworks once. The
who arms?
No, African child.
Africa, yeah, nah.
Even he doesn't know
where that Don is.
I don't even want to. Yeah.
Alright, thank you two for coming through. Yeah.
Come on.
Alright, Callum, you got one?
Nah.
Oh, fuck.
It's coming home.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's coming home.
Nah, well, it didn't come yard, but I say it got sometimes. Alright, thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah.